Aquarius, thanks for joining me today. This is your reading for this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. Interesting to watch the collective reading if you choose to. It is sort of like a time of being kind of squeezed as we enter through into the next phase. That's what it feels like. And this eclipse set, the Taurian Scorpio axis has been going on for quite a long time. So let's see what's in the cards for you today, Aquarius. Please remember these readings are incredibly general. Take what resonates and just leave what doesn't. And thanks again for liking, sharing, subscribing, and your comments. Love it. Do just say how you've been finding things, and it's all really interesting stuff at the moment. We live in an interesting time. So let's see, Aquarius. Let's get these cards out. We have some cards for Aquarius at this time. We'll get them all out and then we can talk about it, Aquarius. Oh, they're coming out hard and fast now. Wow. And yes, wow. Very interesting. I do think for some Aquarians out there, whatever gender you identify with, I'm speaking of the principles, like female principles, male principles here, that you may be feeling that you are or have been, maybe if you identify as male, that you kind of cultivating some of the more female principles within yourself. Do you know what I mean? And vice versa. And there's a sort of rejigging or rebalancing of those sort of dualities for Aquarians. I do feel that. More so for those that identify possibly as men. I don't know why I get that. So anyway, let's get into it, Aquarius. We start with the Eight of Swords. We see those two vertical swords, and of course 6 horizontal. They are all different swords from around the world. Often the Eight of Swords is there's an element of self-limitation, or there's just a little area of self-limitation, excuse me, possibly within your emotional realms. What I mean by that is that you feel that there's a limitation in terms of what you're able to give at the moment, or how you are received by others. You feel like there's a limitation that you might need to hold a little bit back, something like that, if that makes sense. Then we have the Queen of Cups, this beautiful queen, who's an emotional powerhouse in many respects. There's an impersonal quality to the Queen, and there's also a very reflective quality. This is interesting, this reading. Partly because of that sort of dual thing at the beginning. I'm really not quite sure where that comes from. But with all of these readings, we do go through and clarify. And we'll pull a few other cards from other decks at the end. So we've got this idea of our own limitations. And I do see it as what we see as being emotional limitations. just at this current time. We then have the world, the universe. This is a new portal. There may have been a period that there's been you've felt restricted, or you felt like you had to behave or be in a certain way. Now, those restrictions are lifted, or they alter at some point soon. They're in the process of altering. And it may well just be getting out the other side of this eclipse period, Aquarius, and moving into next year. Because for some reason I do get that it's like there's a real fast movement into next year. There's some kind of, I don't know if any of this is making sense, Aquarius. This is just what I'm getting from the cards. There's a point here. So we're going through this portal. I mean, this is like, oh, right. So, oh, yes, I've either had to tone myself down a little bit in some certain situations here, or I've understood how I've had to alter the way that I do what I do in order to move through something. Because it's like moving through something, moving through people, moving through places, situations. That's just what I'm getting. But as I said, there's some kind of victory on hand. I say that because we've got the Queen of Wands. So we've got two queens here. Queen of the emotional centre and the Queen of Fire and Will. Some emotional understanding that has been undertaken, Aquarius, in order for you to, it will either is or was presented to you because it's a necessary thing for you to understand or learn. Whatever it is, whether it's a situation, whatever, this is what I get. And so we've got the Queen of Wands at the end of this reading. We're going to go through and clarify, because it is actually there's a level of confusion or something here. The Queen of Wands is a queen because clearly she's overcome many hurdles. She's got her familiar beside her, this leopard. It reminds her what she had overcome, and this is overcoming certain aspects within, of course, overcoming impulse control, overcoming being, too reactionary, overcoming those qualities of fire that can get us into trouble, or they don't serve us often unless they're tempered and used in a very tactical way. And this queen is very good at doing that. So we've got those two queens, the queen of the emotional self, of understanding the capacity for love here, and that Queen of Wands. Let's look for Aquarius, please, at the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords. We get another 8. I think you've had reason to really work on your own thought patterns. You've had to be really strong in that sense, because I see 8's always about being, of the mind, I guess, and certainly the Eight of Swords is. We're always, we speak of self-limitation, but we're always, our mind is a sword that usually, first and foremost, will try to destroy ourselves. I see an overcoming here of that you've worked with that and worked on it. Aquarius, we've got the 8 of Cups. We have a level of detachment. And I think for some of you out there, remember these readings are incredibly general. So do take what resonates, but just leave what doesn't. For some of you out there, you've had to really work hard at being emotionally objective in order to get through, whether it's a series of an event, or just the last 6 months to a year. You've had to take some risks, be emotionally objective. Let's look at the Queen of Cups. Interesting. I'm just going to get one more card for that Queen of Cups. So we've got the, we've got the Knight of Swords. You know, the Knight of Swords sweeps through and gets rid of anything that is not serving the purpose here, the focus. It's an incredibly focused card. And that focus is the Knight's task. And he will perform that. She will perform that. That is the coordinates are tapped in. The Knight moves off on the task. This is the thing. We get that over that Queen of Cups. And then we get the 3 of Wands. This is knowing that the pathway that you're on, there's nothing now that can actually trip you up. You know, for some Aquarians, that Queen of Cups might actually be the reflective qualities of that Queen. It could be someone in your life, you know, that you've dealt with. Let's look at the universe, this whole new moving through. It's a whole new, something's a new beginning within this. And indeed, go away, little fly, buzz off. I've got all the windows open, so they're just flying through. We're looking at the universe here. Because when this card comes up, we know that we've overcome some life lessons, some big transitions. Because we're moving into a new stage. To clarify that, we've got another 8. The 8 of Discs, working hard, perfecting something. All of these cards, you know, this Knight of Swords, this 8 of Discs, driving everything forward, working, chipping away to get to that goal, that focus, to move through it. It's like you're working away to move through this. It's interesting. And with that, we have the Ace. So you've got all the gift of the vitality of life, the passion. Again, a lot of fire, Aquarius. And let's look at this Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands. For Aquarius, please. The Queen of Wands. Excuse me. Kind of a hard, I mean, to me it feels like a somewhat challenging, if you looked at it like a journey, which it kind of is here. There's nothing in front of you that you can't manage. Let us see, and then we'll get a Brian Froud card. Let's see, Aquarius. Buzz off, fly. Not the big flies. Or it might be a bee. That's all right. What am I saying here? So we're clarifying the Queen of Wands. To clarify the Queen of Wands, we've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Two of Discs. And we've got the beautiful Sun. So, I mean, this is pretty special. Aquarius. Get my buzz off. In this process, journey, situation, chipping away at something, whatever it's been for you, and it's different things for different people. You've been dealing with someone else that you've had to take a step away from your own emotional centre in order to be able to deal with it in the proper manner. Whatever the situation, scenario. We're clarifying this Queen of Wands. Now, I saw that Queen as a very, very victorious Queen. As a very victorious Queen. We've got the Six of Cups. In the Morgan Greer, it is childlike giving, is opening the heart. Whatever's going on, Two of Discs, around you, you make a choice to open the heart. Whatever movement you're trying to hold a balance in, you never gave up on keeping your heart open, Aquarius, right? You kept a balance. And you knew, in terms of self-responsibility, that that was a choice that you yourself could make. And it could go either way, couldn't it? Close your heart, open your heart. You chose to open it and keep it that way, and that's a good thing. And sometimes it's the hardest thing. But what does it give you and everyone around you? This ball of fire, this vitality. There's a lot of vital life force running through this entire reading. Whatever you've been experiencing, the situations that you've been in, or whether it's been one primary focus for you, you have overcome. There is a victory that I see in here. There's a victory, Aquarius, so it's amazing. Let's get a Brian Froud for Aquarians out there, lovely Aquarians. Get a Brian Froud. And we've got the childlike card, the childlike qualities card, but two others also. I'll show you that. Mikala Muckle. It is about having fun and it's, you know, a light heart. Don't forget to enjoy, to have fun. That childlike play is a wonderful thing. We connect to our own child. We connect to our own inner child. And for people with children, I guess, you know, it's a wonderful thing to play with your children and you're kind of working with your own child at the same time, having fun. Beautiful, fun-loving card. Then we have, this is a card that clearly is blank, but it is there for the person who has the deck to put their own little fairy on it, or their own whatever on it, which I haven't done. But so it is what you want it to be, I guess. I always take this card as you've been the master of your own ship all the way through the last few months or a year, whatever or the last couple of weeks. You've been the master of your own ship and you've made it whatever way you wanted it has been up to you, if that makes sense. We then have the Ra, pure kinetic energy, running on that, you know, boom, 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 focus, work, all of it, running on just pure kinetic energy. It is there for no other reason than to be animated, to be moving, to be stirring things up, to be shaking things up, maybe. Buzz off, fly. So on that note, I think I'm going to have to shut everything because it's really annoying me, these flies. Buzz off. Go on, shoo. We're going to get a rock mineral crystal, Aquarius, to see what the rock minerals and crystals have to say. Wow, yeah. So this is a really, I would say, this is a reading that really speaks to me of overcoming something, but retaining a balance and clearly an open heart in the whole process. And that in itself is admirable, Aquarius. What do we get for you today? We've got titanium rainbow quartz, awakening all chakras, boom, boom, boom. We've got that Ra just setting it all off. Ultimate manifestation, vibrancy and powerful shift. A powerful shift that's spurring you into the new year, like into next year, I think is going to be very much your year, Aquarius. On that note, thanks again for joining me. All your likes and comments and everything, I really, really appreciate. So thanks so much. Take good care over this full moon time. Ka kite, bye.